Hideo Itami is one of the brightest stars in NXT. Currently injured his shoulder, but as he was competing, he's very, very talented. One of the more talented Japanese wrestlers I've ever seen. A lot of things CM Punk has learned from Hideo Itami specifically, such as the GTS. Bunch of these kicks that he does, they're just devastating. And Itami, honestly, there's not a lot of Japanese wrestlers that can cut promos very well, because in Japan, they don't really cut promos that much. And Itami can cut some decent promos here in NXT. And overall in the ring, very exciting to watch. Kind of like the Japanese Daniel Bryan, or technically Daniel Bryan is the American Kenta, aka Hideo Itami. So Baron Corbin could be the next big man of the WWE. He is 6'8", 275 pounds. Though he does not actually meet the qualifications for a super heavyweight, they could kind of make him just a really big heavyweight. He's 6'8". I mean, he's just a huge guy. He could really take the WWE by storm if he plays his cards right. His debut at WrestleMania on the main roster, winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the match before the main event of WrestleMania. Absolutely great that WWE gave him that opportunity. Baron Corbin straight up deserves this. He's been playing a great big guy, bad guy in NXT. I truly think his debut on Raw was spectacular for a heel. He got a double count out with Dolph Ziggler. Just didn't care. He was just beating the hell out of Ziggler outside the ring. That's what we need to see from Corbin. We need to see him not care about winning matches, but making a statement. And I think he's heading in the right direction. Samoa Joe is extremely experienced in pro wrestling, being in, I believe, Ring of Honor, I know for a fact, in TNA, and he is just absolutely great to watch. Very well versed in the submission category. Also, with that mixed martial arts background, he's able to be very dangerous in the ring. And he makes a great heel. He can play as a face if he needs to, but he's just naturally better as a heel, which is what they have him at right now, so that's very good. Samoa Joe should be coming up to the main roster very soon. Everyone likes him, whether he's a heel or not. Just about everybody likes him. He's just one of those guys, and that's why he's number 8 on this list. Asuka is probably the most revolutionary woman in NXT right now. We have to drop that title Divas now, because it's now the women's division. Asuka is probably the best in-ring performer out of all the women in WWE, period. The main roster and NXT together. She's absolutely awesome in the ring. She's a lot like a woman version of Kenta or Daniel Bryan, basically. She's just a lot like them. She's very fast rolling into that armbar. She's just absolutely great at what she does. And she doesn't need to cut a promo. She's got that weird, creepy vibe. She's one of those, she's like Shinsuke. Shinsuke doesn't really need to cut promos either. They just have that personality, that vibe that they give off. They don't even need to cut a promo. And again, Asuka, just in-ring performance, absolutely incredible, very innovative, very unique. And I cannot wait to see more from her in the future. Prince Pretty, Tyler Breeze. Very good heel, reminds me a lot of John Morrison. I think that's kind of what they were going for with giving him the weird fuzzy boots and stuff. A lot of people love John Morrison, including myself. Tyler Breeze, I think, has a good moveset. I think he has what it takes to be a great mid-card heel right now. WWE is just simply not giving him what he deserves. He had some trouble backstage with some of the crew or something like that. I don't know exactly who, but that's why he's eliminated fast at the Royal Rumble. That's why he's not getting a lot of good matches right now. That's not why he's winning a lot of matches. And Tyler Breeze, with a super kick, basic super kick that everybody uses. Of course, he calls it the supermodel kick. And then he uses the beauty shot, which is a spinning heel kick. But then he also started using the kill switch that Christian used to use. So, it seems like he's willing to try out new moves. It looks like he's fairly cooperative with the WWE. And, again, I think he could be a great mid-card heel here in the WWE on the main roster. Now entering the top 5, we got Finn Balor. Finn Balor probably has the best attire when he has the demon paint on and everything. He probably has the best attire I've ever seen in WWE history. Absolutely amazing to look at. Every takeover, it's something new with his face paint, something new with his attire, something new with his personality that he comes out with. Absolutely amazing to look at. In-ring performance, spectacular. With the coup de grace, just makes it look so nice. Hits Bloody Sunday. The shotgun dropkick is one of my favorite signature maneuvers. And I absolutely think that he could be a great main carder on the main roster. Even by the end of this year, he could be. He's been wanting to stay back in NXT, but eventually he's gonna have to come up to the main roster. And I cannot wait for when he does, because he will make an absolute amazing impact. Shinsuke Nakamura has only had 2 matches in NXT so far and has already become one of my favorites. I've watched him a little bit in NJPW, where I believe in just 1 month, I believe there was 1 month where he had 2 matches that were considered for match of the year in pro wrestling, which is just insane. He's just so exciting to watch. His counters are great. He has that strong style wrestling. He's always hitting with those knees, which not a lot of people in WWE do because it could cause injuries, but Shinsuke knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what to do. I talked about it earlier when I was talking about Asuka. He doesn't even need to cut a promo. He just has that vibe, that personality that you just feed off of. His in-ring ability, again, it's just absolutely spectacular. And he's going to be having lots of Match of the Year candidates in this business. Now, number 3 on this list, entering the top 3, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn may be the next John Cena. They're trying to make Roman the next John Cena, but that doesn't seem like it's going to work out. So I think Sami Zayn is going to be the next John Cena, where he's just a baby face all throughout his entire career. Doesn't get put down too much once he makes it to that main card slot, that solid main card slot, being one of the faces of the WWE. It's going to be very hard to put him away in matches. Not going to be put away clean very often. I'm willing to bet he's going to have lots and lots of Match of the Year candidates, along possibly with Shinsuke Nakamura, because they already had a great match at NXT Dallas. Hopefully they will face again soon on the main roster, maybe sometime later this year. Sami Zayn, just absolutely energetic. He can cut promos pretty well. Again, his in-ring ability, one of the most exciting ever. And he already had a Match of the Year candidate against John Cena last year for that United States Championship in the U.S. Open Challenge. Cannot wait to see what Sami Zayn brings to the table on the main roster. Hopefully becoming world champion sometime in the near future. Kevin Owens may be the most influential, might be the best heel in this business today. During the match, he yells at his opponent saying, "I hate you, go back to where you came," stuff like that. Kevin Owens is just such a great heel. He was born to be a heel. Absolutely perfect. Him and Seth Rollins, the 2 best heels I've seen in WWE in recent memory, next to CM Punk right there. Kevin Owens with the pop-up powerbomb, very, very fun move to see, especially since when people counter it, it's always either into a roll-up or it's into something big. Every time he goes with that pop-up powerbomb, something big is about to happen. Whether he hits the pop-up powerbomb to finish the match, or someone reverses it into something huge. And Kevin Owens should be world champion by year's end. And the number one prospect, number one rising star in this business, in my opinion, is AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. AJ Styles is the perfect package. He's the best in-ring performer. He's great at promos. He's very cooperative with the business. He's had a great rivalry with Chris Jericho so far. The Y2AJ thing, I think that all planned out pretty well, or played out pretty well. He became number one contender already, only being in the business for 4 months now. Not even 4 months, I believe. And that springboard forearm he does, jumps off the top rope, hits him with a super forearm. Absolutely spectacular. Love that it's not just a signature. He can actually finish people with that move. And again, the Styles Clash, such an influential move. As soon as he puts the guy's head in between his legs, ready to hit the Styles Clash, everybody goes crazy. He has a crazy, awesome looking attire. Also, his WrestleMania attire was really, really good looking. And I think AJ Styles will be a multi-time world champion, multi-time headliner for WrestleMania. And I overall just think AJ Styles will be the face of the WWE.